Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back with another weekly energy video for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now this week I want to talk about the full moon / lunar eclipse that we have in the sign of Sagittarius. This is taking place this Friday, June the 5th. Now when we are looking at the sign of Sagittarius, we are looking at a fire sign that is deeply motivated in its claim to freedom and not being confined or controlled, and its thirst for knowledge and learning more and expanding, as well as moving forward. Sagittarius is also a sign that is very full of optimism as well. Now when we are looking at the moon being a lunar eclipse, so basically a heightened full moon, we are looking at these energies being intensified and extremely intensified, more so than it would be if it was a regular full moon. So we're going to see an enhancement of our will for freedom and wanting to explore, not wanting to be confined, being outside more, okay, as well as learning and figuring out things that will work for growth and development. All right. Now, I also want to say that this moon is we're not just looking at this moon as this moon being in Sagittarius. We also have to factor in the sun that is in the sign of Gemini. And I'm really feeling like this, for this week and in the merging of the energies that we're feeling, because the sun is how we express ourselves and the moon is our desire. So we really, really have to pay attention, because we are also in lines with the energy of Gemini, which is a lot of thoughts coming in, and we're reviewing thoughts on both of the spectrum, both good and bad. Okay, both positive and negative, dark and light, whatever it is, however you want to look at it, however you want to phrase it. So we have to factor these energies in together, okay? Now I want to go ahead and dive in and let you guys know what it is that I'm seeing within the cards, and what it is that I'm feeling for this moon specifically. And when I'm looking at this moon specifically, I'm feeling the energies of kind of taking a deeper look into things and deeper look into how things could work differently, and to move us to a place that is more conclusive or more peaceful, or where it is that we want to be. Okay, so we're looking at really a lot of different ideas are coming into our heads. Not all of them may be good, not all of them may be bad, but we are looking into the depths of things. Okay, and that is the energy of what it is that this moon is kind of pushing out. Okay. Now, when we get into the cards, how this energy is going to affect us physically, we have the Four of Pentacles, okay? So this is our structure here, and our structure, our stability, okay? And then we have the Devil here, all right? So here we're seeing issues that we have to kind of face and fight within our structure. Now, there is a lot going on, within the country of, the United States, where we're seeing this, exemplified with what it is going on. But I want you guys to take this video in global context and personal context, because it is factoring in the energy of everything. It's not just how it's affecting us personally, it's always affecting how it's affecting us on a global level as well. So we're looking at not only the structures outwardly, because again, we have to look at Gemini as being a very social sign. We're looking at the structures, okay, within our life force energy here. The structures, because this is what this symbol is representing, the life force energy, okay? The structures to this that uphold the life force energy. What is blocking this? The devil, or the issues, the darkness that is blocking this. This is what the energy is heightening it on. So this is saying that we are having some thoughts, or some deep review into the structure of our life force energy and the structure of things in the physical, and what it is that is opposing how our life force energy should be exerted, and how we should be going about things, and how we should be living our day-to-day lives, okay? So that we're really looking at how it is that we can dismantle or change these things and put out these fires, i.e. the Devil card, okay? Now, when we are looking at how this energy is going to affect us emotionally, we have the Knight of Cups, as well as the Four of Cups. And this is saying that you're being triggered to follow your heart and speak and say and do things that are on your heart at this time per your dissatisfaction. That there are things that are making you dissatisfied and angry and irritated and rigid, okay? And that you have this feeling to kind of like follow your heart so you're not stuck in this place of being dissatisfied or angry or rigid, okay? That you are kind of acting to break out of that shell or break out of these things, and that's kind of where you're at mentally. So there's going to be a review of how is it that I can do this in a way that causes me to be able to shake this dissatisfaction, to make the changes that need to be made to be able to come into a place that is more conclusive with satisfaction, okay? So that's kind of where we're at mentally, and I want to be really heavy on the review that we are feeling within this week and this energy, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, but it is a fire sign that is a little bit less, I feel like, impulsive, because they are the ones that are going to tend to do the research or know a lot of facts first. So always keep that in mind, okay? Now, when we get into the energy of how this is going to affect us emotionally, we have the Seven of Pentacles, okay, and the Seven of Pentacles. And this is saying that there is a big energy of things coming together, and this is also exemplifying, people coming together for a common goal or for what it is that they're trying to make or create on a common level. All right. And then there is the energy of this Seven of Pentacles that is doing a lot of review and a lot of looking like, what is our next step? So this is the energy of connecting with other people and having, or if you're not connecting with other people, you're having things kind of come together on what it is that your next step is. So you're looking and kind of dissecting things. What is the next step that we have to kind of go towards and go after? And it's kind of like breaking things down piece by piece. And that is that Sagittarius energy that is not getting ahead of itself. Okay, so it's kind of taking that back, coming together, and kind of almost the energy of slowing things down. There's to see, what is the common goal of the next step of what it is that we are trying to do, okay? Now, and this is how this energy again is affecting us emotionally. Now, how we need to work with this energy, we have the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. And this is saying that you need to be looking towards pillars of people that bring great change. Okay, so this is like, we can see this man at the feet of someone that he holds in high retrospect. So this is, this is somebody that you feel like you can almost like, I don't want to say like team up with, or go and kind of bounce and reflect some of your ideas off of, that you kind of hold in a higher standpoint, and that also maybe somebody that incites change, that, or holds, again, either incites change or holds a lot of wisdom, because we are looking at the energies of things changing. So we may be getting information for people that we view as the greats, or somebody that has a lot of wisdom, or whatever the case may be. This isn't like the Hierophant. I'm not seeing this Hierophant as in the church, or very like religious or anything like that. I'm seeing somebody that is revered as like a mentor and things like that, that we are seeking for the change that we need to make in our lives. Again, I want you guys to factor this video on a personal and global level, okay? And then after we do this, after we are going to get some of this information or kind of bounce some ideas off of somebody that you feel is knowledgeable and intelligent, that is really that is like really on your side or working for the same, common goal, or, just has the information that you're looking for to make change, okay? So a lot of this is not just looking for the answers in someone else. This is, maybe you have some answers yourself or some ideas yourself, and you're kind of like bouncing things off and having almost like Maybe there's some aspects that you need to learn still, but it's almost, I feel like, educated conversations, and that is what it is. Like, there's something that you're going in to gain. Like, you may know a piece, but you may not have the whole thing. So you're looking for a little bit of guidance here to create this change. But then it is upon you to go within and see what it is that you want to do with this information that you have acquired. What is it that you are going to do with it? What is your next step? Because you're may not necessarily be taking this person from the Hierophant with you. It may be something that you're doing on your own that is strictly for you, or that is just like kind of like a solo deal. Even if it's not just strictly for you, it might be strictly for you in the environment that you're in, if that's making sense. Even if other people are doing it, they might not be in your environment. So it takes on what is it that you want to do with this information, what it is that you feel pulled to do with this information after you receive this information, okay? Now, when we get into the conclusion cards, we have the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Wands. And we see this energy of the Page of Wands, and I see like the determination, and like if you can see the determination kind of just like, I don't know, she kind of just looks kind of like sly, like she's like has a trick up her sleeve or has a plan, and you're not going to know what it is that she's doing until she's already enacted it. So I don't really feel this energy as like super immature, almost as like cautious and waiting. And I feel like the conclusion cards of this spread are saying that it's one with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups is saying that we're really pushing, and really pushing to move to this place of like emotional harmony and emotional, like contentment, and just kind of being like soothed and relaxed. And what I'm seeing within the Queen of Cups is this child that is sitting on, like their mother or grandmother's lap, and they're like nurturing them, and she's pointing on and pointing into the future and speaking of what it is that she wants to see. Okay, and we're moving towards that. Speaking of what it is that she wants to see, and it's not the future that's like far off, it's like what it is that she wants that's like the future, because it's not the exact right now, if that's making sense, but it's moving to this place of harmony, okay? And it's this very intense like motivation, and that's that Sagittarian fire energy that's kind of lit up by the air energy of Gemini, okay, that is causing you to kind of have this idea to move towards this place of that's, like filled with more harmony and like growth and kind of like, like that relaxed energy, that peace and calm energy that you are very determined to move towards that almost at all costs, okay, whatever that may be for you. Now, I pulled some supporting cards, of course, and we have Judgment matched with the Nine of Swords, and we have the Hanged Man met with the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is exemplifying that energy here that we're seeing, that kind of that plotting energy here, and turning that into action. But what we're seeing here is that a lot of us are feeling pulled to do something, and it may be kind of stressful or causing us a little bit of anxiety, but there's a lot of thoughts coming in, or it may be even nagging at you that you are feeling pulled and feeling directed like you are supposed to kind of be dealing with something, and it may be keeping you up at night. You may not like what it is that you feel like you're being asked to do, or even if it is, you might not know how to go about it, or it might just be that it's just very overwhelming. Nevertheless, there's a lot of thoughts that are coming in that are really keeping your mind racing, but you feel like almost that there's an energy of having to figure something out. And we have the energy of the Hanged Man and the Knight of Wands. And this is saying to stay in a still place until you have this plan together of what it is that you are trying to do. So it's not even staying in a still place. It's the energy of making sure that you are not acting off of impulse. Okay. It is the energy of taking the step back and going within a place where you are seeing where it is that you're coming from on all angles. Because when we look at the Hanged Man, a lot of times we're going into this place, this still place for spiritual enlightenment. So we're going in and kind of checking to see what it is like, one, on the spiritual enlightenment side, like what is it that we are actually being called to do, and to make sure that we aren't just going with every good idea that comes in, because once the Knight of Wands is on a mission, he's not looking back, and he may even seem very aggressive because he is going forth and doing what it is. There's not other things that are going on unless something comes up that completely takes his attention as a whole. Nothing is really going to distract him. So it's taking the time to see where it is, where exactly those sights need to be set, because again, there is a lot of ideas that are coming through. There's a lot of different thoughts that are coming through. We have to make sure what is again the right next step to set the sights on the vision of what it is that we're going, like the actions that we're going to be taking and the path that we need to be taking on, okay? Now, I hope that this video is very helpful for everybody and you all got the clarity that you need. If you feel like you need a reading specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to work with all of you. Everybody have a great day.